So today I want to talk about a retargeting strategy that is going to make you a shitload more money. Now, if you're running a sales page well, it can be for any type of product, low ticket product, high ticket product, but let's just focus on, low ticket info products for the purpose of this video. If you're running ads or you've got a lot of traffic organically going to a sales page, then this is the easiest way to increase sales, increase conversions without necessarily, spending a shitload more money on ads. It is an ad retargeting campaign, but the cost is going to be super, super low. So let's just say, for example, you're running ads to a sales page and it's getting like a 5% conversion rate, right? On a, $20 product, $50 product, whatever it is. We're not here to talk about the profitability. That's pretty good, right? 5% conversion, depending on the price, is pretty good, right? And all things, converting on the back end, order bumps, one-time offers, high ticket upsells, whatever it is, 5% conversion rate, front end funnel with ads, pretty friggin' good. You can make a lot of money with that. But you can make even more money by following this strategy. So 5% conversion, good. But that still means that 95% of people have visited the page and haven't bought. Now I get it. You're not ever going to convert 100% of those people, right? Impossible. Like no one's going to convert 100% of the people. But there could be an extra 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, even 5% of people that would potentially buy, but didn't for whatever reason. And if you don't set up a strategy where you could actually get those people and convert them, then you're missing out on a lot of money. And when you're spending thousands per day, a 1 or 2 or 3% increase in sales is significant, and it could add a shitload of money to your bottom line. Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly what we do for our clients when we're setting up this retargeting campaign. And don't get me wrong, some of you might be watching this video and be like, Sam, you're a twat. Of course, we know how to retarget people. Like, we set up retargeting campaigns. That's like media buying 101. I get it, right? I'm not trying to say that setting up a retargeting campaign is a brand new thing. Obviously, I'm not a fucking idiot. However, what most people do is they'll set up like a retargeting campaign and they'll retarget, the checkout page viewers or, the sales page viewers or whatever it is. And it'll just be some lame ad that is just like, hey, saw that you checked out our page. The offer's still running. Go back and grab it, right? Come back and buy my thing. And there's a place for those types of ads where it's like very short and direct and there's no real like selling. It's just like, hey, remember me, come back and buy the thing that you forgot about. There's definitely a place for that, and it can convert it'll be a very small percentage, but it can convert a percentage of people into customers. But if you're doing that and all your retargeting, it's kind of just based around being omnipresent and being like, hey, come back and buy my product, then you're still missing out on a shitload of money. And you could be doing a lot better. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys how to be better. So first step, obviously, you need to pixel all the people who are visiting your sales page, checkout pages. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you're not an idiot. And I'm sure if you're running ads, you've already got pixels on those pages. And if you're not running ads and it's all organic traffic, you should still have pixels on those pages because you still want to track the people, because you could just run retargeting campaigns. If you're getting enough traffic organically and you don't want to spend money on cold traffic with ads, then you should still retarget people because it's honestly, the easiest money you will ever make, right? Side tangent, blows my mind when you've got like an influencer or an online personal brand and they're driving thousands of clicks and thousands of people to their sales pages and funnels every single day, but they got no friggin' pixel on it. And it's just like, dude, like you could make so much money by just retargeting, just like running some simple retargeting ads to your audience. Anyway, besides the point, but if that is you, then go and put your pixel on your page. Okay, so you want to track the pixel. You want to track the people with the pixel. Obviously, this needs to kind of be done ahead of time because it needs time to build up the data. But I'm going to assume that you have the pixel already set up on the page. Then what you want to do, shock, is to create a custom audience of the people who have visited the sales page and didn't buy. If you're getting a lot of traffic, then you can also do the people who visited the checkout page and didn't buy as well. The messaging obviously can be slightly different for those two circumstances. But you just want to create a retargeting audience, okay? Then step number 3, you want to list out all of the potential objections that are stopping people from buying, or the beliefs that your prospects have that is stopping them from buying. And there's a lot of them. Again, those direct ads that are like, hey, come back, remember me, come and buy from me. They're just really retargeting the people that they were ready to buy, but maybe they got to the checkout page and the frigging cat needed washing, or the kids started running in and started distracting them, and they were like, I'm going to come back to this page and buy later, but, they never did. That's targeting those types of people. They're easy to convert, right? Because they're already sold. They had the credit card in the hand, but they just got distracted. So the ad is purely there just to be like, hey, remember me, come back and buy, right? So that is one potential objection, right? At the time, I was busy. So if you're already running those ads, like I mentioned, then they're ticking off that objection. But there's a shitload more of objections that your customer will have, and the objections and beliefs that they have that stop them from buying is going to be very dependent on your brand, your product, your customer, and all that sort of good stuff. So I've got some here that I'll read off. So number 1 is not enough social proof that your product or your service works. Another objection is I can buy later. Another objection is the price is too high for the value. I don't have time to use it. I'm not good/skilled enough to use it properly. It won't work for someone like me. It works for people like X, right? And it's just another type of person that they don't identify as. I don't mean genders, it's personalities or types of people. And then another one is I need X thing to make Y work, all right? So again, there's going to be loads more depending on your industry, on your product, right? Those are some like more of the general ones. Now, what you want to then do is you want to then create an ad specifically for one objection, and that ad overcomes that objection or it breaks that limiting belief. So if you've got 5 objections or 5 beliefs that your prospect has that's stopping them from buying, then you should have 5 individual ads. And you want to create an ad overcoming it, right? So an example would be if we just look at the list I had, I can buy later, right? That's a simple one. So you want to create some form of urgency, deadlines, bonuses expiring, right? And you have an ad that talks about the urgency and it's a limited time offer, whatever it is, right? Make sure that it's real, but you get the point. So that's like a super easy one. The price is too high for the value, right? So you create an ad where you do maybe like a price comparison on stuff that they're already spending that type of money on, and you compare the value of that thing they've already spent money on versus the value of what you provide. Or you can just resell them if it's like a financial or a business thing on the potential returns or the average return, basically like just reselling them on the value of what you have to offer. For example, I need X thing to make Y work. So for example, like a very common one in the business space is like, I need a large audience online for this business model to work, right? If you're teaching people how to sell information or coaching, then they're like, I need a big following on Instagram in order to make money. So what you could do is create an ad where you overcome that objection and show them examples of people that have made, 10K a month, 100K a year, or, again, income is going to be dependent on what you teach and your promise, but people who are making money and people who are making that business work who have less than 1,000 followers, right? So you're showing them proof that the belief that they had that they need a large audience to make money online is false. So you break that belief in the ad. Another one is, let's say I'm not good enough, skilled enough. That's the easy one. It won't work for someone like me, so people like X. So again, it's just more like, you don't have to necessarily like teach, but it's just like showing them. So like obviously like case studies and social proof of people. If they're saying like, hey, I can't do this thing because of X, then show someone who had X but was still successful. And that's like the easiest thing that you can do. Because like if you're going to go into like a full-on pitch on overcoming the objection, then obviously it could be a bit long and it might not work effectively. So what we found is like showing like real life examples that someone who was in that situation that they have a belief about was still successful. That's like the best thing you can do. Obviously stuff like not enough social proof that it works. Then obviously you would just have an ad that goes through like the social proof. You get the point, right? One ad for each objection and you should run those. And what you want to do then, obviously once you've got the ads created, you want to set up a retargeting campaign. You can, depending on your budget, you can put it all into like one ad set. And let's say you have those 5 ads, then you've just got 5 ads within one ad set and you just retarget that retargeting audience. Obviously, not every single, Facebook's going to spend it's going to choose which ad it's going to spend money on, right? They're not going to spend money equally. So if you really want to test all the different objections, then what you can do is set up a separate ad set for each ad, right? So you just have one ad set targeting the retargeting audience and the one ad. Second ad set targeting the same retargeting audience, but a different ad. And what you can do then is if you've got a big budget, you can run those, in that example, 5 ad sets to retarget with those objections. And, again, you have to have, number one, the budget, and the audience size has to be big enough, right? There's no point running 5 different ad sets with big budgets to an audience of like 100 people. So you need to make sure you got if you're doing that way, make sure you got thousands of people visiting your page. And I guarantee that if you've done your research properly in terms of, what objections and beliefs your prospects have that's stopping them from buying, if you've done that work correctly and you've identified it, then this is going to be like the cheapest cost per purchase you're going to have by running these types of retargeting ads. Because again, what most people do is they'll just rely on someone buying the first time, or they'll run a retargeting ad that is like, hey, come back and buy my thing. But there's so many more objections that people have than just, time or, not being in the right place to buy. But people kind of like ignore them and don't take advantage of overcoming those objections. So yeah, like I said, that's like the best type of retargeting that you'll do. And the cool thing is as well is that if you do like a proper split test and you test each objection, and let's just say the not enough social proof, it works objection, that ad is the best performing. It's getting a load of purchases. Then guess what? That's a big problem in the rest of your funnel or on your sales page. So you need to make sure that you go out, get some more social proof and add it to the sales page. So these retargeting ads also a little bit act as customer research, where you're like, oh, this ad is working the best. It's about this objection. Well, maybe we overcome that objection in the sales page because then even more people can buy. And actually fuels the rest of your marketing because now you're understanding why people bought and why people didn't. And you're not just kind of guessing or researching. It's backed up with actual sales data of, oh, look, when we overcome this objection, people are buying. So therefore, let's overcome that objection on the sales page. So don't be a loser and just create a simple retargeting campaign that's just oh, we've saved the product in the cart. Oh, discount still available. You can still do those. But go one step further, do it a little bit better. Follow what I outlined in this video. Thanks for watching. See ya.